It's 1-0. The Moo lead your Hub City Hotshots as we head into the 8th inning. Still on the mound is starter James Skirto, who's been pitching a gem so far in this one. He will have to contend with the heart of the hotshot order, though. It'll be Rodriguez, Anderson, and Meidel. This might be the last chance for the Hotshots to get a run on the board. Definitely their best chance with the heart of the order. Rodriguez steps in. He's 0 for 3. Skirto comes set. He kicks and fires. First pitch just outside, and it's 1-0. Skirto so far has thrown a gem. He's allowed only 6 hits, no runs. Next pitch, high fly ball deep into center field. Going back is a center fielder push, and he makes an over-the-shoulder grab just shy of the warning track in front of the Coors Light sign, which is underneath the scoreboard there in right center. And there is a long out number 1. That's the second time a hotshot batter has crushed a ball in the outfield, only for it to be tracked down and caught by this Moo outfield. So there's one away here in the top of the 8th, and now it's up to Jake Anderson to reach. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, still trying to extend that 9-game hitting streak. Climbs in. Here's the wind. First pitch. He takes a called strike in the outside corner. He was fooled by that one. Didn't think it was a strike. Checked the swing, held off, and it was a called strike anyway. So the count is 0-1. So he's quickly behind Skirto, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. He blew a fastball by him, and the count is 0-1 now on Anderson. Or it's 0-2, on Anderson. So Anderson now 0-2, trying to avoid being the second out of this 8th inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. Outside, and that is 1-2. Good eye from Anderson. Similar to the first pitch that was called a strike. This one just a little bit farther out. And here's the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block by Velaz, and it's now 2-2. On the junior from University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. He climbs back in, holds the bat behind his head, and here comes the 2-2 offering. Swung at a ground ball softly to short. Fielding it is Dodge. Throws to first in time, and there is out number 2. So unless the Hotshots can really get a rally going in the next 2 innings, it looks like Jake Anderson's hitting streak will end at 9 games. But still, he's been crushing the ball.
The designated hitter, number 8.
That'll bring up the other hot hitter, Rob Meidel, although he has also struggled mightily today, 0 for 3. He has a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. First pitch. He takes a strike on the corner, and the count is 0-1. 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. The Hotshots trail by 1. It's 1-0. No one on, 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. This is a ground ball, base hit up the middle. That'll trickle into shallow center field. Fielding it is push. And there's a 2-out single for Rob Meidel. And the Hotshots aren't dead yet here in the 8th inning.
Number 16, Willie Lougeois.
That'll bring up Willie Lougeois. He's been crushing the ball in the 4 games he's played in. Although there is now going to be a pinch runner. In for Rob Meidel will be Colton Cox. So Colton Cox will take over on the base paths. A little bit more speed there for Cox. He stands on first base, and now we are ready to go as Willie Lougeois will come to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. And he'll try and do that yet again with a runner on first base and 2 outs here at the top of the 8th. Hotshots trail 1-0 against the Moo in the first of this 2-game series. Game 2 will be tomorrow night. Also 6:35 first pitch right here on KSDN. Here comes the first pitch to Lougeois. Takes a strike, a curveball that hits the outside corner, and the count's 0-1. So Lougeois awaits the 0-1 pitch. Throw over to first, diving back safely is Cox.
Pitch runner at first for the Hotshots, number 11, Colton Cox.
So Hotshots with a runner on first base and 2 outs in the top of the 8th innings. Skirto trying to get through an 8th. 0-1 offering. Outside, and a back pick attempt. Diving back safely, though, is Colton Cox. Trying to throw down was Velaz from behind the plate. and the count is 1-1. It's 1-0. Hotshots need just one. Let's get back in this ball game. 1-1 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Velaz, and it's now 2-1. I would believe that Austin Crane would come back in for the ninth for the Hotshots. Here's the 2-1. This is a line drive into center field for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third is Colton Cox. Here comes the throw. It is to second base. And then holding at third is Colton Cox. Holding at first, Willie Lajoie. It's a long single for the hotshot first baseman. It's his second hit of the night. So the Hotshots are alive. They have the tying run 90 feet away now with Colton Cox on third base. However, there are still 2 outs. So Lajoie crushed that ball in between center and left, and that'll bring up Luke Glasgow. First pitch in there for strike one. Glasgow's 0 for 3. He's flied out a couple of times and grounded out. He's got the tying run at third. Go ahead, run at first. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, foul down the first baseline. Ricochets off the fence and then almost back into the field of play. It'll be grabbed by Ledgerwood, and he'll toss it to the Hotshots first base coach, Dylan Johnson. Hotshots need one. 0-2 here to Luke Glasgow. And Glasgow's going to call time, step out, and think about this one yet again with a big play right here. Colton Cox stands on third base. Lajoie stands on first. There's 2 outs in the 8th inning. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Glasgow. Just misses a little high. And that's going to be ball one. It's 1-2. Close pitch goes in favor of Glasgow. And he gets another shot at it. Skirto trying to get out of this inning with the lead. 1-2. This is a fly ball into left field. Going over is Simonson. And he won't be able to get there. It's off the wall. Coming in to score is Colton Cox. Motoring into third base is Lajoie. He will hold there. It is an RBI double for Luke Glasgow, and it is a tie ball game. So the Hotshots get 3 straight base hits with 2 outs. They manage to score their first run of the game, and they tie it at 1. Now the go-ahead run is at third base, and Joe Guidry has a chance to give the Hotshots the lead. However, it looks like this might be the end of the night here for James Skirto, as he is getting a mound visit now from Fremont manager Shea Bennett. He's going to meet with the entire infield, and we'll see if he stays into the ball game. It doesn't look like there's any action in the Moo bullpen. However, there might have been at one point.
One more time, give yourselves a hand. You guys have been awesome.
But we'll see if he stays in or not. It looks like Skirto will remain in the game. It's 1-1 in the top of the 8th. The Hotshots have been able to tie it thanks to an RBI double from Luke Glasgow. They now have runners on second and third, 2 outs, and Joe Guidry is at the plate. Guidry has a hit today. He singled back in the second. He's 1 for 3, trying to give the Hotshots the lead. Skirto sets and fires. This is a check swing for a strike one on an outside breaking ball, and it's 0-1 on Guidry. Guidry has come up with a handful of clutch hits this season. Trying another one here, 0-1. That's in the dirt, and the count is now 1-1. Lajoie stands on third base. Glasgow stands on second. Guidry trying to bring him home. 1-1 pitch. That catches the corner, and that is strike 2. Guidry down to his last strike. We're all tied up here in Fremont. 1-1 in the top of the 8th. 1-2 pitch here to Joe Guidry outside, and that's going to be 2-2. So this inning started with 2 quick outs to Danny Rodriguez and Jake Anderson. Meidel singled and then was pinch run for by Colton Cox. Lajoie singled and Glasgow doubled home. Colton Cox 2-2 pitch. This is a line drive base hit into left field. Coming around to score is Lajoie. Also coming around is Glasgow, and it's a 2 RBI single for Joe Guidry, and the Hotshots take the lead. So leaving Skirto in seems to be a mistake, and Guidry made him pay for it with a 2 RBI single. And the Hotshots take the lead 3-1, still with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning.
The catcher, number 33, Ian Von Wald.
So the Hotshots coming up with some clutch at-bats finally in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Ian Von Wald with a runner on first and 2 outs. He hits a ground ball, base hit just past the diving Dylan Sears. Holding at second base is going to be Joe Guidry, and that is now 5 hits in a row against Skirto, and he seems to not have anything left. We'll see how much longer he's left in. Hotshots now have runners on first and second, still with 2 outs. And the next batter is Hunter Frericks. So now, the good news is, and time is called right as the pitch is being thrown, as it looks like this is finally going to be the end of the night here for Skirto. So now Shea Bennett's going to come out and finally remove Skirto. It was an outstanding performance, though, from the Fremont starter. He goes 7 2/3 strong innings and just couldn't quite finish out this 8th inning. Was left in there a little bit too long. Gives up 5 straight hits, 3 runs in a row, and he loses the lead. However, outstanding pitching performance still by James Skirto. We'll be back in just a moment with the new pitcher. Hotshots lead 3-1 here in the 8th inning. You're listening to Hotshots Baseball on the Hotshots Radio Network.
You're listening to Hotshots Baseball on 930 AM and 102.1 FM, KSTN.
Well, if you would have listened to the first 7 2/3 innings of this game, it would look pretty bleak for the Hotshots offensively as they had no runs. But then with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, they rattle off 5 straight base hits, score 3 runs, and finally knock out James Skirto of the game. But Skirto pitched amazing until in this 8th inning. He does lose the lead. Hotshots take the lead 3-1, and they're still going. They have runners on first and second with 2 outs, and the next batter will be Hunter Frericks, but there's a new pitcher into the game. It is Tom Ginther out of North Dakota State. The right-hander comes in. He's pitched in 3 games so far with 3 total innings. He's given up 4 hits, only 1 run. It was not earned. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. So we'll see if he can get the final out of this ball game. Up for the Hotshots, though, is number 9 hitter Hunter Frericks. He will step in to the right-handed batter's box and try and keep this inning going for the Hotshots. Looking in is Ginther. He comes set from the stretch. Check second, and here's the pitch. Strike right at the bottom of the zone, and the count is 0-1 here on Frericks. Frericks today is 1 for 2 with a single, a fielder's choice, and a walk. 0-1 offering, and he leans out of the way, and then it crosses across the inside part of the plate, and that's going to be a strike. Strike 2. A little bit of a funky delivery from Ginther, almost a sidearm delivery, throwing off Frericks here. And here comes the 0-2 delivery. Here it is, and it's inside the exact same pitch, called strike 3. There's no chance that Frericks has to hit that. Great pitches there from Ginther. It only takes one pitching change, and the Hotshots are done here in the 8th, but the damage was done. 5 straight hits give the Hotshots 3 runs. They lead 3-1 as we head into the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to Hotshots Baseball on the Hotshots Radio Network.
You're listening to Hotshots Baseball on 930 AM and 102.1 FM, KSTN.
It's 3-1. The Hub City Hotshots lead the Fremont Moo. The first time we can say that here in this ball game. They score 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning thanks to 5 consecutive hits for the Hotshots. And we are now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Austin Crane remains on the mound. He will face the 4, 5, and 6 batters here for the Fremont Moo. It'll be Brock Reller leading things off. Crane sets. Here's the first pitch. Strike at the knees, and the count's 0-1. So the Hotshots got hits from Rob Meidel, Loujois, Glasgow, and Guidry, and then Von Wald, all with 2 outs to score the 3 runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's just a little outside, and the count is 1-1, and now on Reller. Reller today 0 for 3, struck out a couple of times against Soltero. Flied out his first time against Crane. He was the first batter Crane faced back in the 6th. Crane trying to get through a 3rd inning of work. Next pitch in the dirt. And the count is now 2-1. 3 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Hotshots. 1 run on 7 hits with 1 error for the Moo. Crane sets yet again. 2-1 pitch. Called strike outside corner, and the count is now even at 2-2. Crane out of Presentation College. So at this point, basically an Aberdeen local. Pitching on the road here for the Hotshots. 2-2 delivery outside, and that's 3-2. Again, he pitches only on the road. At home, he serves as an athletic trainer. That is what he is in school at Presentation College for. Comes set yet again, always from the stretch, always set at the buckle, payoff pitch, bouncing ball up the middle, charging it is Rodriguez, spins, throws to first, not in time. A great play by Danny Rodriguez, able to even grab that bouncing ball up the middle. A good hustle by Brock Reller, he's able to beat it out, and that's an infield single.
The left fielder, number 29, Jack Simonson. Come on, Jack!
So that'll bring the tying run to the plate, and Jack Simonson, he's 0 for 3 so far with 3 groundouts. There doesn't seem to be any action in the Hotshots bullpen as of yet, so this is going to be Crane's inning. Yet again. Runner on first, no outs. Crane sets, here's the pitch. High fly ball into center field, should be playable for Thiebert, running over to his right, shy of the warning track, hauls it in, and there's the first out of the inning. So Simonson hit it a long way, but not quite far enough. We've seen that quite a bit tonight. It's a deceivingly big outfield. It doesn't look like it's quite as big as it is, but the ball is not carried well today.
The designated hitter, number 27.
So there's one away, still a runner on first, and Wilson Earhart's the next batter, and he has been the most dangerous batter in this game for the Moo, as he has reached base all 3 times. He's drawn 2 walks and singled, and he scored the lone Fremont run of the game. That was back in the 4th inning. So Crane comes set, infield and double play depth, and here comes the first pitch to Earhart. High fly ball deep into right field, should be playable for Guidry. It's a mile in the air. He runs over and catches it just in foul territory. He had just gone about a step or 2 across the foul line over in right field. So there is out number 2 as 2 fly outs give Crane the first 2 outs. Hotshots still lead 3-1, and Crane's trying to keep it that way as we go into the bottom, as we continue in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now it's up to Omar Velaz to keep the inning going. He's got a runner on first, 2 outs. He is 1 for 3, singled his last time up against Crane. So Crane comes set, and here's the first delivery. Fouled straight back, and the count is 0-1. Other scores around the Expedition League. Hastings and Casper are tied at 1. They're in the 5th. Western Nebraska leads Spearfish 1-0 in the 4th. Badlands leads Souris Valley 5-1 in the 6th. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled off of his back was Velaz. Fouled it off the plate, and then it bounced up and went off the back of Velaz, so it's 0-2. And then the only other game currently going on, Wheat City and Pierre are tied at 0 in the top of the 5th. Those are all the score updates from the Expedition League. Right here, it's 3-1. The Hotshots lead the Moo in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Von Wald, and the count is 1-2. Faking a steal on that one was Brock Reller, the man on first. He singled as the first batter of this 8th inning and is still on first. Crane looks in, gets the sign from Von Wald. Nods yes. Now checks the runner at first. Comes set. Lifts the leg and fires. 1-2. Fouled off of Velaz yet again as it goes off of his leg. He stays alive and gets to try it one more time. It's still 1-2. Due up for the Hot Shots will be the top of the order in the top of the 9th inning. But they need one more out here. 1-2 pitch. This is a line drive, base hit over the head of Danny Rodriguez at short. It'll trickle into center field. And there's a 2-out single for Omar Velaz. He has 2 hits now.
The third baseman, number 6.
Moving to second on the play is Brock Reller, and now the tying run is on first. Go-ahead run comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hot Shots lead 3-1. Hesse has had a good day. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a walk. Crane needs one more. Sets and fires. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count's 1-0. The sun has mostly set here at Moeller Field. It's still 81 degrees, hot and humid. Crane sets, fires the 1-0. Popped up right side. This should do it. Coming in is Guidry. And he will make the catch, and Crane gets out of a little bit of a jam. Crane strands 2, and now we go to the top of the 9th inning. Hot Shots lead 3-1. You're listening to Hot Shots Baseball here on the Hot Shots Radio Network.